This is your personal foundation workout, just for you. Enjoy it. Fix up your back, get you guys a little taller, both kind of small. Bring your legs nice and wide. Slight bend in the knees so you're not going windmill wide right there. Knees bent, hips back, arms back. Really pay attention here. Your shoulders are as open as possible. Your chest is high, your back is braced. You're gonna press your chest a little further forward, pull the hips back just a little bit. Take a deep breath. Keep your weight back on your heels and don't let your knees come forward. Don't let them come forward at all. Keep the knees right back behind the ankle. Slowly bring the arms all the way up in front of you. As the arms come up, you're going to feel that tension really increase right at the lower spine here. Press your chest further forward, reach your arms out as far as you can. Push the hips back just a little bit more. From here, take a deep breath in. I want you to bring your arms across your chest, shoulders pulled back. We're going to go 15 good mornings right here. Pay attention to what's going on right here. Make sure your lower back is braced and all of the movement happens at the butt muscle and hamstrings with a very braced back, chest high. You should be feeling a stretch in the hamstrings every time you push the chest forward. So keep going through 15 of these, keep rolling through it. Keep the knees slightly bent. Push the arms straight back behind you after 15. Bend the knees just a little bit more. Push the arms straight out ahead of you. Lift your chest high, lift the arms up as high as you can. You're going to hold here as tight as possible for 10 seconds. Low back should be fried right now, really tight. Lift the arms a little higher. Go ahead and turn your thumbs down. Lift the arms up as high as possible. Hold right here, 5 more seconds. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just stretch all the way down. As you stretch down, both knees are going to stay bent. You're going to push your weight back on your heels. Walk your hands forward about 6 inches to a foot. Pull the hips straight back behind you, leaning all the way back behind your heels. Press through the heels, press your arches down into the ground. Stretch your hamstrings as hard as you can. Brian, stretch your legs harder. Right there. Keep on pulling back. Your hamstrings should be trembling. That little tremble is what's making all the changes that we want to make here. Keep pulling back, keep stretching harder. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push back to the knees, hands on the shins. Brace your spine as tight as you can, arch your back, push your hips back, push the arms straight back behind you. Chest comes up, low back up. Pull the shoulders down towards your butt, lift the arms even higher behind you, stay behind you. Really accentuating that upper back extension here. Take a deep breath in there. Slowly bring the arms all the way up without the chest coming up at all. Tight as you can get at the lower spine, 10 more seconds here. If you're shaking, that's good. Lift up a little higher, tense up a little more. Press your knees together a little bit, lift the arms even more. 5 more seconds here. Take a deep breath in. Stand all the way up. Exhale. Bring your right leg forward, left leg back. Watch your knee here. Your natural inclination is letting that knee come forward. Don't let it. So bend your knee to here. Don't let it come any further than this. Push it back just a little bit right there. Shoulders back, chest up high. You're going to stretch out that left hip flexor a little bit here. Both arms come straight up in the air. Pull slowly back into extension. As you pull back, I want you to side bend towards the right. We're opening up this left hip from the ribs all the way down to the hip. Let that hip flexor stretch as hard as you can. Both feet are in the same direction. Your hips are square. I want you to press up as hard as you can on the toes of the back foot. Only part of your body moving is just that back ankle. Press up and down about 10 times, nice and slow. You're going to get a big stretch on that left hip flexor as you're doing this. Reaching those arms up as high as you can, pulling further back. Just keep pressing up as high as possible. After a couple more of those, I want you to let your arms drop. Open up your chest as much as you can. Bend that right knee just a little bit more. Keeping the spine braced, press your chest forward as far as you can. Don't let that knee come forward at all. All of that tension goes into the right hip, right hamstring. Lower back stays braced. Push the arms straight back behind you. Chest pushes forward a little bit further. Brace your spine a little tighter. Lift your chest up. Bring your thumbs out to the sides. The thumbs are going to come all the way out to the side. Externally rotate the shoulders and then pull the shoulder blades down towards your butt. Just 10 seconds right here. A couple deep breaths. Really open up. Create as much space at the front of your body as possible. Slowly bring the arms all the way up. Reach them straight out in front of you. Hinge forward as far as you can. Reach those arms all the way forward. Press through that heel. Bring the arms all the way up as high as possible. Right there. Not rotating yet. Lift up a little higher, Peter. There you go. Bring the arms back down just about 6 inches. You're going to slowly rotate out towards the right, keeping the chest high. You can do it either how Brian's doing it, just a static hold, or you can go repetitions about 10 or 15 times like Peter's doing. Either one's going to be really good for you guys. Just make sure the chest stays high, back stays braced, right hip is really tight. Press through that right heel, come back to the center. Bring your arms across your chest, shoulders pulled back. We're going to go 10 forward hinges here. Again, that right knee doesn't slide forward at all. All of the force happens at the right butt muscle, right hamstring, and the lower back is tight. The upper body is moving as one unit, no bending. Go through about 8 to 10 of those, increasing that stretch in the hamstring every time you press down. After about 10 of those, you're going to let the arms drop, chest up a little higher, come back to extension. Go ahead and stand all the way up. Let's go left leg forward, right leg back. Same thing here. We're starting off with that lunge stretch. Shoulders back, chest up high. Slight bend in that left knee. Don't let it come too far forward. Cyclists always want to get their quad to work for them. Don't do that. All right here. Pull further back into extension. Interlock your fingers, turn the palms up. Side bend towards the left. As you side bend, again, you're getting that opening from the right rib cage all the way down to the right hip flexor. Pulling straight back, lifting the arms up. You're going to press up on the toes of that back ankle. And again, just up and down a handful of times. The only part of your body moving here is just that right ankle joint. Every time you press that heel back, you're really stretching the fascia, all that connective tissue on that whole chain that affects the back, affects your posture, affects everything. So the slower you do this, the more tissue change you make, the better. After you've done about 8 to 10 of those, let the arms drop. You're going to press your chest forward as far as you can. Get that tension going to the lower spine. Chest stays high. Push the arms straight out ahead of you. You're going to reach out as far as possible. Build that tension into the left glute, left hamstring. Lift the arms up as high as you can. Push real hard into that left heel. Really tense up the spine, tense up the hips. Lift a little higher, Peter. There you go. Slowly bring those arms back down. And again, you can do it one of two ways. I want you to rotate all the way out to the left first. And you can either go repetitions, about 10 repetitions back and forth like Peter's doing, or just that static hold, really locking in right here. Getting that left glute and left low back to support your entire body weight here. Just keep on holding, keep the back tight, keep the chest high. Slowly come back to the center. Arms across your chest, shoulders pulled back, and we'll go 10 forward hinges here. All of that tension right here. Every time this is staying very locked in, back is extended, low back is tight, the movement is right there, right at that left glute, left hamstring. Shoulders stay back, perfect. After 10 of these, let the arms drop, lift your chest up, pull back into extension, go ahead and stand all the way up. We're going to go real wide legs, wide as you can go. Even wider, Peter. Even wider, Brian. There you go. Knees bent, back braced, arms straight back behind you, right into that first founder position. Chest up a little higher. Push the knees back a little further. Keep your head up, Brian. Extend your spine. Sit back on the heels. The butt muscles are really supporting your entire body here. Slowly bring the arms straight out in front of your chest, and you're going to press the arms forward as far as possible while you push the hips back behind you. Take a deep breath in. Challenge yourself here. 10 to 15 seconds as hard as you can. Lift the arms up a little higher. Your low back should just be trembling by this point. Keep on holding it. Take a big deep breath in. As you exhale, arms across your chest, shoulders pulled back. We're going to go 10 slow good mornings, pressing the chest down to stretch a little harder, pulling up with the butt muscles. Just like in that hinge on the lunge, you're using the butt muscles and hamstrings to support the entire upper body as it comes up. Shoulders back, chest high. Just keep on pushing into it. After 10 of these, push the arms straight back behind you. Chest goes even lower. Press the knees back just a little bit. Bring the arms all the way up without the chest coming up at all. Lift up as tight as you can. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, stretch all the way down. Pull the hips back. Walk your hands forward a few inches if you'd like to. Pull the hips back. The whole objective here, weight has to be on the heels. You're pulling your hips back with the knees slightly bent. I want you to keep your right arm down. Bring that left arm all the way up in a rotation. You're going to rotate 10 full times here, bringing that left arm all the way back down. And again, you can kind of do that little bend that Brian's doing, or you can do the whole arm movement like Peter is. No matter what, make sure that torso is rotating, not just the shoulder. So it's not this. It's all the way open from the hips. As you pull back, you're going to feel that stretch really go high up into that right adductor, that right inner leg. Keep getting in there. It's a big muscle for you guys. After 10 of those, you're going to switch sides. So that left arm is going to stay down. Right arm comes up for 10 rotations. Same thing. Hips pull back, chest high. Just rotate as much as you can. Real good. After 10 of those, knees bent just a little bit more. Hands back to the shins. Chest up, arch the back as tight as you can. The low back's not done yet. You got to work a little bit harder, about 2 more minutes here. Push the arms straight back behind you. Chest up nice and high, extend the spine, bring the arms across your chest. We're going to go 10 more good mornings here. Again, really get into those butt muscles and low back. Don't let your low back bend at all. If it bends, you're screwing up the exercise. Straight up and down, whole upper body is moving as one unit. After you've done 10 of these, push the arms straight back. Lift the chest up high. Bring the arms straight out in front of you. You're going to press your elbows together at 90 degrees. palms touching. I want each finger pressing together as hard as you can. So each finger is squeezing. Palms are squeezing, elbows are touching. You're going to press up as high as possible. Don't let the elbows separate. If they separate, it's a silly exercise. It doesn't work. Keep pushing up 10 to 15 times through that full range of motion without letting the forearms separate. This is probably the hardest thing you guys are going to do. It's really worth it though, especially for Lance. Really worth it. Take a deep breath in. Keep the hips back. Arms straight back behind you. It's going to help your swim stroke a lot. Chest forward a little further. Take a deep breath in. Slowly bring the arms up as high as you can. Take a few seconds bringing them up. Get that tension right back into that spine. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, press the elbows together once more. We're going to go one more set of these. 10 lifts. Press the forearms together. 10 lifts right here. Don't let the forearms separate. Keep the fingers together. Keep going. If this is too hard to do the repetition, just up and squeeze. Arms straight back behind you. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, stand all the way up. Last thing we're doing is just one lunge stretch on each leg. Right leg forward, left leg back. You got it. One more minute. That's all we're doing. Right leg forward, left leg back, shoulders back. Bring both arms straight up over your head. Pull back into extension and just open up that left side. So you're side bending towards the right. Hold that, big deep breath. Just open up that whole left side here. This whole area is lengthening. Come back to the center and switch legs. Left leg forward, right leg back. Shoulders back, chest open, both arms go straight up in the air. Pull back into extension. Side stretch, reach those arms up. Open up that whole right side from the heel all the way up to the fingers. Take a deep breath in, let your arms drop. Go ahead, stand all the way up. Shake it off a little bit. Do that every day. No back pain ever.